meeting of the Carbon County Board of Commissioners. Please rise for a moment of silence, prayer, and the pledge of allegiance.
Father, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing and help as we gather together. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held May 11th, 2023.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Honor?
I'll have to abstain since I wasn't here for the last meeting.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Are there any guests concerning county business at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on.
Next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There was an executive session held on Thursday, May 11th at 1:30 p.m. per personnel, Friday, May 12th at 1:45 p.m. personnel, Wednesday, May 17th at 10 a.m. per personnel.
Next item is the department reports, the budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 236033 through 236243 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $534,147.37.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Move to acknowledge.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Okay, at this time, we'll recess for salary board meeting. Call the salary board meeting, reconvene. Yes, are there any guests concerning salary board business at this time?
Report of executive sessions held.
There was one executive session held on May 9th, 2023 at 2:30 p.m.
Next item is Parks and Recreation.
I have an alternate motion for that. I would like to make an alternate motion to adjust the rate of 12 lifeguards to $13.65 per hour, grade A, for Monday through Friday, and $15.06 per hour on Saturday and Sundays. And adjust the rate for one lifeguard supervisor, $16, $2.60.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, we should only do one at a
Okay,
time.
sorry, it's all right,
Is that in the form of a motion?
yes.
Do we have a second?
And what was that? 50?
I would second it.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
And you said that was what, 15 what?
1506?
Yeah, it's 1 1/4, not 1 1/2.
Okay, okay.
Here.
All right, no, that's good. All right, yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
It's not sufficient to make a difference, no.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
All right, the next item is the lifeguard supervisor.
Adjust, I make a alternate motion to adjust the rate for one lifeguard supervisor, $16 per hour, grade 1 SA, for Monday through Friday, and $24 per hour on Saturday and Sunday. I make that as a motion.
Could you repeat that, please?
Adjust the rate of one lifeguard supervisor to $16 an hour, which it currently is, grade S1A, for Monday through Friday, and $24 per hour on Saturday and Sunday.
Do we have a second?
I don't know, I'm just thinking about this, if that was even good at the 1506, because now the
by Roberts. Since that can be changed, we can go back and rediscuss that first
Yeah, we're in
motion
the
if
same
Rocky,
session.
we're in the same session, so if Rocky has some
Yeah, because,
concerns.
well, like my concern is like we're getting the lifeguard and the supervisor like pretty close to the same salary.
My concern is, oh, sorry if you're.
No, and I mean, I just wanted to make a comment about this before, and if anybody had any like questions here, we do wanna raise the salaries. I mean, there's a problem that we have, that we can't get lifeguards. And, I think what people don't realize that the training is different, for at a pool than it is at a lake. And a lot of the area pools that I have called are having trouble getting lifeguards also, and they're thinking about putting the rate up. And I think I've said this before, if we don't have lifeguards, we're losing anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a day. And I think that's one of the things, why we wanna adjust this. And it's not just over that, I think it's a liability that we have. I mean, you have a liability of just swim at your own risk. I mean, that's a great liability to the county. And, like I said, I'm not sure now about that 1506. I thought that was gonna be another one that was gonna be raised, but I think it's pretty close for the regular lifeguard to the supervisor. And, I mean, I'm not so sure about that 1506 now.
Well, I certainly believe the lifeguards and the supervisor are well worth it. But to give the supervisor an $8 an hour increase, even on just a Saturday and Sunday, and the lifeguards themselves, the 12 lifeguards, $1.41, they have a very difficult job. It's not like a swimming pool in the municipalities where you can see the bottom. I'm more concerned about the repercussions. We already have an issue with salaries and disparity in a lot of the positions. And my other question would be, is it in the budget? And that's the question you always ask the other row officers and people that come for a raise, is it in the budget?
Well, in regards to being in the budget or the ability to create a return on investment, over the entire season, the motions that are actually on the agenda would cost the county $8,476.80, about $282 a day for those weekends. That would result in anywhere from, let's see, the actual data would be, my gosh, anywhere the potential revenue of 3,000, just go by the minimum, $3,000 a day times those 30 weekend days, significant return on investment. So it's well worth the investment. The repercussion in regards to, let's say, disenfranchising current employees, I'd be more than willing to make a motion that would allow any county employee who is certified to hold a second seasonal position and work on Saturdays and Sundays and earn either the $20.48 per hour that is proposed or the $24. Every individual in this county has an opportunity to apply for those jobs, to include county employees. And if we have to modify a personnel policy to do so, to give them that opportunity, just like they have an opportunity to go to union positions if they're concerned about the benefits union employees have. $15.06 from $13.65 is not going to motivate an existing lifeguard to work Saturday and Sunday.
And I would disagree that not every county employee would be capable of
wouldn't.
performing that lifeguard
They wouldn't.
duty as well. So, and they do have families and life on the weekends, so.
But again, we're not discriminating by saying you can't earn that. We're providing an opportunity for employees to earn $20.48 an hour, either new or existing. I would see it.
And even like if you're going back to like the job descriptions, like I don't know where you would even like the whole almost like the whole state is having trouble with lifeguards.
Significant.
And how do you actually even gauge a job description for this? I mean, I think this is something, this to me is a temporary fix, and I think the way it started out was we wanted to get lifeguards here and give them an incentive for the weekend. So if we're gonna more of an incentive during the week, are they even gonna show up on the weekends? You know, it's, I don't know. That's where
Yeah.
I'm going at.
Can I ask for clarification, please? On the lifeguard supervisor, I heard their current rate is $16 an hour, Monday through Friday. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I heard $24 per hour.
That is what I heard.
That's not an alternate motion, that's exactly what's on the agenda.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, that is it.
I'm sorry, it was,
Yeah.
you know, the wrong one.
Yeah,
Should've
I
been
think
20.
20
Okay.
is what he had on his, yeah.
If I can
Yeah.
correct it, if it's
Yeah.
not too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
I think we have a motion on the
We have
floor
a
just on
motion
that
on
one,
that
and then
one.
we could return to the
Yeah.
first one if you
Yeah.
wanna supersede, yeah.
That
Well,
motion up again.
Further discussion on that, the plan for the lifeguard supervisor is he or she, it's currently, he is already currently scheduled to work Saturdays and Sundays. Right, that is part of the details that the park director has provided for that particular individual. Obviously, those are the high usage days. So I can't see the logic of going from 16 to 20 for that individual, yet going more or less $1.50 for the lifeguards. There's an inequality there. I don't see the logic of that. I could see a logic if you put up the supervisor about the same amount, but taking him up $4, and it
But
just
you would have
doesn't.
been doing the same thing, going from the original proposal of $13.65 to 20, which was about $6-7 an hour, and lifeguard or the supervisor $8.
But that was equal, we were taking them both up, what would be the equivalent of time and a half,
And I
right?
would take it,
Quarter, right, yeah.
So we do have a motion on the floor for what is exactly on the agenda. Do we have a second?
I would like to amend that to 20 in the proposal, especially since the other one passed, so.
Is it still open for discussion?
Well, do we need a second for that amendment, though?
Second, the modification, sure.
I was concerned about, I think the same as you gentlemen, two things, the liability exposure to the county, which could be obviously huge, and then weighing the financial commitment to attract and retain lifeguards. And I think I would agree with Commissioner Lukasevich, if we were less fair with lifeguards, we may not attract and retain lifeguards, but yet we're looking to do 50% increase on the supervisors. Now it's gonna be amended. So I'm not sure what level would be enough to do that. Maybe you gentlemen have more knowledge than I do.
Yeah, and what my question was, even like when we were talking about this for the last couple of weeks, I think we had a discussion. I think it has to do with like the rotation also. You know, if you put somebody in rotation and they're working so many hours during the week, do they want to work on the weekends? You know, you have to have a rotation on not every, you know, not the same 4 people are working Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
something that gotta be watched too.
Right.
So I mean, I'm thinking like, starting off at this is a good step. And if it comes to whatever we'd have in the next week or two, I don't see any reason why we couldn't amend this then. You know what I mean? To a higher rate. Maybe we might even look at that, the supervisor might need more, and you know what I mean? But we gotta start somewhere.
Right.
And I think once you get it in a rotation, and I even with the director, I said to him, you have to be fair to everybody and make sure that the same person does not get the overtime on Saturday and Sunday. Because that way you're gonna lose lifeguards. You have to put, if you have 4 of them, then the next weekend, the other 4 have the option. Now, they could, say, I don't wanna work it, then you go back on the rotation, but I don't know if we're getting too far ahead of ourselves by just adjusting what we have here now. You know what I mean? And like I said, in 2 weeks from now, we could amend this again.
Sure.
You know, see how it works, put it in, take it easy, and I think we did have some thought in it to have it at that rate. And,
we might have another thought in 2 weeks from now.
I
You know.
remind the public specifically that last year, out of the 101 days of summer, 29 days we could not charge. And again, just multiply that out times 3,000. So you're looking anywhere really between being able to fill those spots, and we're looking at 5 lifeguards on duty, right? 4 lifeguards and 1 supervisor. That's optimal, because you can open up all 3 sections of the beach. When we don't have 5, and again, this is in this new year with this new structure that's out there with the lifeguard supervisor, talk about risk. So now instead of having 1,000 people in 3 swimming areas, you might have them in 2 swimming areas, or even 1 swimming areas. Talk about a challenging environment for a lifeguard, to include the challenge of not being able to actually see to the bottom. Now you have the potential of anywhere from 0 to 800 people into 1 small swimming section versus dispersed over 3, if you're not gonna be able to incentivize these individuals to work on the days that are currently, if at best, have minimal coverage, which is 2 lifeguards, 1 in the chair, 1 in the lifeguard station. In regards to 2 or 3 weeks from now readdressing it, that is not gonna provide us the opportunity to get new men, women, boys and girls certified and into our system. It takes us weeks to onboard a new person. The fact is also, during the summer months, you see a dearth, a lack of certification, recertification courses. So if you don't get those young men and women, boys and girls now, you're not getting them, because they're at Lehigh, they're at Palmerton, they're at Weatherly. You're not gonna incentivize them to change mid-course. And even if they would do that, we'd rob from Peter, be it Lehigh, Palmerton, or Weatherly, right, doing a disservice to our other communities. We have to onboard them. And we know as a minimum that's gonna take 2 weeks, and more than likely it's gonna take 3 or 4 weeks, even if that individual was certified. You know, so again, I think again, sometimes you gotta go ahead and reach out there. We can always readjust and lower the salary just as easily as we can raise it. I would rather start high and lower it versus going low and trying to raise it and not being able to fill our chairs out there.
One quick
Yeah.
question, of those 29 days,
Yeah.
how many were weather-related closures? That the
No.
lifeguards were not on duty?
None of those 29 days were weather closures. 12 of them occurred on weekends, but there was not a full weather closure day of those 29 days where we did. Those were swim at your own risk, not weather closures.
And where do we
Yeah.
stand at staffing now on lifeguards?
Yeah.
I think when I talked to him yesterday, I think he had 1 recommendation sent down, and he has 2 more that are inquiring or that he's looking at right now.
Yeah.
That's last I heard.
Yeah, I think it was 7 possible. I printed it out, I didn't pull it off my
Yeah, and
computer.
I think there's
Yeah.
7 possible,
Yeah,
but I don't, some of them might be coming in, I think by was it the 13th or something
yeah, there's one
like
coming in
that.
15 June, cause she's
Yeah.
coming from out of
Yeah, it
state
wouldn't
into
be-
some.
Is that to
Yeah.
fill the 4 positions?
No, they have 4 positions, well, they have 3 chairs and 1 in the guards, or in
Right, yeah.
the
Okay.
first
The
aid.
station, yeah.
So they technically need 8 in a day, and there's 7, so it's gonna be giving overtime to somebody during, you know what I mean? If there's
Right,
only
yeah.
7, you need 8 for
Right.
the rotation.
And are some returnees?
Yeah, there's a couple, there are, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, the other thought I had as well is, maybe the 1.25% increase now, percent, but the time and a quarter. Come August, when the kids go back to school, then maybe it really is feasible to, increase it to that time and a half. 'Cause it gives more incentives of, if the kids are at a local college, the incentive to come back. That's when we really start working, running into the problem with lifeguards, is in August, September, over the Labor Day weekend, because the kids returning to school.
I don't, if I could go back to the first motion, the 1365 to 1506, is that it? Can someone confirm that's a 1 1/4 versus something other than that?
I didn't bring the scale.
Yeah, I just checked,
And I didn't have a scale for the
Yeah.
supervisor, so that,
oh, right, I see, yeah,
I just.
yeah, kinda gotta. Cause it should be right around $3 and something additional, should be in the, almost the $17 range for, right?
Yeah, I come up with 1706.
Yeah, 1706, yeah, that would be, if we went 1 1/4, that'd be 1706. And then, like, your, other motion would be taking it to $20 for the supervisor.
So we do have that motion to amend, open yet.
So I
Oh,
was
we
wrong
saw.
in the first motion?
Yeah, it was a little less than what you really
Should've been
want.
what?
Should have been 1706, where's that with our scales? Lisa, do you have that? What's oh, okay.
No, wait a minute.
What's closest to 1706?
And they are a 2.
Yes,
Way, yeah.
It's closer to a J step.
2J.
A J is 1705.
Oh, that's right there. All right. And then the $20 an hour would be closest to, again, the supervisor.
That's a
One.
1.
y-
That is closest
one.
to
That's
a J is 1998.
1J, 1998. Two J.
If I wasn't not mistaken, that other rate would have been, right at the end of the scale. After the or over again,
J.
if I recall.
Yeah. So,
I would give-
Yeah. yeah, if we could go ahead, Bob, and maybe reconsider, and I'd make a motion once we clean this one up. All right, let's clean this one up. So, but I wanna, what do we need to do? We need the modification,
Motion to amend the
Right.
rate for one lifeguard supervisor, $16 per hour, grade S1A for Monday through Friday, and $20 per hour for Saturday and Sunday.
right. And what we really wanna do, though, is modify it to the S1J, which is 1998, because that's on our scale.
Keep it on scale, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if Commissioner Notsi makes that modification to his motion, then I would go ahead and second that to 1998, and then would ask us to reconsider the
So
vote.
much for a short meeting.
Right, I thought we were on it.
Okay, so we have a motion.
To modify the salary, to the S1J
Yeah.
at, 1998.
Yeah,
In a second,
yeah, I'll second that.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to poll the board. Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
I guess, yes.
Yeah,
Mr. Lukasevich?
yes,
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
yeah. Now I'll make a motion to reconsider, the first one, first the move to reconsider. And then I'll make a motion to,
Second, I'll second that.
yeah.
Okay. Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so then, I guess, I'll go ahead and move to adjust to a 2J 1705.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. This time, we're gonna recess the meeting for another week, because of another issue coming up, so. Okay, and now, move that we go back into our, commissioners meeting.
Okay. Next item is the personnel report for county departments.
Motion approved.
second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
yes,
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
move to acknowledge.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes,
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There's no correspondence received. Advertising. Authorize the advertisement of the request for proposals for cleaning services at the Children and Youth Services Office, 525 Iron Street, Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
Motion approved.
second,
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
yes,
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Courts for approval and execution. a 3-year renewal agreement with Penteledata for 6 cable modems located in the courthouse and 2 cable modems located at the correctional facility at the monthly reoccurring cost of $867.60. Excuse me.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein? Information technology for approval and execution. A quote received from Amazon Web Services for Amazon Simple Storage Service monthly subscription at a cost of $376.84 for a total of $4,522.08 per year.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Integra, a quote received from Integra One of Allentown, Pennsylvania, to purchase a multi-factor authentication system, tokens 50 at a cost of $6,496.04, a 1-year server, $2,044.87, and Integra One professional services at a cost of $3,800, for a total of $12,340.91. This is the CoStar's contract hardware 3-E22-580 and software number 6-E23252.
Move to approve and execute. I'd ask for discussion then.
Second.
A clarification, Bob, you recall in that contract, is there a recurring annual fee on this particular contract? That, and the only reason I bring it up, you know, I hate to tell P-Corps, but folks are actually now, no surprise, moving away from multi-factor authentication to passkey technology, which eliminates the need for that. And I just don't want to be locked into something extremely long, and a year from now, P-Corps comes and says, well, guess what, you know, multi-factor, you really don't need that. However, passkey technology is actually better. You know, worst case, because I don't, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe we could
Not-
check with
not that I see
Caleb
it,
and
but,
Brandon, just ask them to review it. Just table it for 1 week.
Yeah,
Again, I just saw, you know, everyone is moving to passkey now, and it eliminates the need for multi-factor authentication. It's actually much better. So maybe just 1 week, I'll move them.
It's, as long as it's not reoccurring or a long-term, if it would have to be annually
Right.
renewed, we'd be okay. But
Yeah,
we'll have to review
Yeah.
it, though, I agree.
yeah.
I think it is only for 1 year.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes it goes down the first year,
Yeah.
second year, third.
Yeah. Do you think it's just,
Clarify the term.
yeah, we'll just clarify the term, then sure, we have an out, should we need to.
yeah, I mean, it's something to consider, but yeah, I don't see the recurring.
Yeah.
but,
Like I say, I'll move again, just for 1 week, just we'll
I'll
talk to
second
Caleb
that.
and Brandon for their advice and counsel.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes,
Next item, Mochunk Lake Park, a service agreement for ratification. A service agreement with Rent-A-Kill North America doing business as Airlick to provide conventional service to 4 cabins at the Mochunk Lake Park at a cost of $1,800.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Farmland preservation for approval. Proposal submitted by Ralph W. Clay, professional land surveyors of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, for survey services at Kenneth R. Bond Farm of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Total cost, estimate cost not to exceed $9,975.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
yes,
Solicitors report?
Thank you. For the courthouse roof, seeking a motion for approval and execution of change order number 6 to increase the original contract with Boyle Construction Incorporated of Allentown, Pennsylvania for repairs to the courthouse roof by Garinger Corporation of Whitehall, Pennsylvania, at a cost of $10,066 for a new contract total of $850,478. The proposal was previously accepted on May 4th, 2023 at agenda item number 23-207.
Move to approve and execute.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
At the Hoven parking lot, seeking a motion for approval and execution of a special activities agreement with the Jim Thorpe Tourism Agency for use of the parking lot and the gazebo for food vending, utilizing the parking lot May 27th and 28th of 2023, and the gazebo May 28th, 2023. And this would be contingent on receiving a valid insurance certificate.
Move to approve and execute.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For Josiah White Park, seeking a motion for approval and execution of a special activities agreement for the use of Josiah White Park along with the gazebo by New England Valley Mennonite Church of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, for a street meeting involving a cappella singing and Bible teaching. That would be June 24th, July 23rd, and September 24th of 2023.
Motion to approve and execute,
Second.
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And the first of two resolutions, seeking a motion to adopt resolution number 23-017, recognizing the 150th anniversary of Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church of Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
Move to adopt.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And likewise, seeking a motion to adopt resolution number 23-018, recognizing the 150th anniversary of Zion Church of Christ of Lehighton, Pennsylvania.
Move to adopt.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And lastly, for tax claim, seeking a motion for approval of a request to relieve Banks Township from current and delinquent county taxes for the year 2022, totaling $900.61 for parcels number 130-4-A8.15 and 130A-4-B5.
Move to approve.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Finished?
That's it for the solicitor.
Any further business? Hearing none. Commissioners' reports, Mr. Arndt.
The only one thing I want to say is our election department did a great, outstanding job. I mean, from the director all the way down to the poll workers. There's always complaints here and there, and I did have some phone calls about that. I think one of the things, the results were not posted at the polls, but in my research trying to find the numbers, I was interested in other races in other counties, and ours was a little bit unique. Like I went through the steps, I went through the state and tried to find it, and right there it was on our website, you know, and not a lot of them did that, you know. If you went to, you know, Luzerne or wherever it was, you had to go through the whole thing to find it, you know, and I think that made it easier. I'm sure there weren't people happy because they wanted to know within the first hour. But I think within the first hour, they were posting, and hourly it was going up, and I think it ran great. I mean, for having new people, you know, a new director and a lot of new people in the department, I don't think it could have went any better. So I have to commend them on what they did. I mean, sometimes when you get a new group in, it's a little scary, is it gonna go right? And they proved us right that we made the right decision to get the people there. So I wanna commend them on that.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yeah, a couple things on the election, and really reiterating and re-emphasizing some of the things that Commissioner Arner stated. You know, I would highlight the fact that both the director and new director were both hired within, the director and assistant director hired within 63 days of this election. And to see it play out as well as it did is a testament to their work. And I also have to give great credit to Jane down there, who's been there to help both of them through this transition. But I am gonna read some names of some folks who really helped out and were critical to making it run as smoothly as it did. Obviously, the seasonal workers, Stacy, Emily, and Gianna, Kevin from the controller's office, falling under the Board of Commissioners, authority responsibility, Dawn, Mariah, Julie, Angelia. We had our maintenance from Parks and the county main maintenance folks helping out, Roy and Susie, the two rovers, Brandon and Caleb from IT. I'll mention Megan from Dominion, who was great, and obviously the poll workers, just an incredible job, given, you know, the changes that have taken place there. Friday, 9 o'clock, we'll go ahead and start the canvassing. An update from Jen, the director. She indicated that to this point, in regards to the seemingly thousands, and again, this is hyperbole, thousands of write-ins, and that may end up being true. They're through 10 of the 62 polling places when it comes to, you know, doing an initial cursory look at the write-ins where we stand there. Obviously, a lot of uncontested races. For the public or for those races that were uncontested or there's a lot of write-ins, keep in mind we have 20 days to certify the results. And so the standard answer, if someone calls, when will you be done? Well, 20 days from when we start the actual canvassing. I think it was on Friday night when I last checked, they only had about 16 provisionals. So provisionals should go pretty quick once they start reviewing them. That's all I have.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, continue on the elections. Thank you very much, everyone involved, for keeping us out of the headlines.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That is the biggest thing,
Yeah.
biggest worry, and I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
A lot of tedious work, as
Yeah.
Commissioner Lukasevich alluded to, with all the write-ins and everything. I did get complaints about write-ins, though, that there is not enough space in the box, especially
Yeah.
with those felt-tip pens.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you could use a smaller one for that or
Yeah.
not.
I
But
asked her
that
to
was the
look.
biggest complaint I had gotten, sitting
Yeah.
at a poll the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked to Jen about going to the fine or medium fine, because those are like almost bingo blotters, you know, is the ones we use, you know? So I think that's a good idea to
Like
look at the fine.
Putting on your way to
Yeah.
cars for
Yeah.
sale, like
Yeah,
that.
right. You just have the big smear when you do it right in there. That's a good point.
Hopefully that
It's harder to fill in the ovals. so-
Yeah.
Right.
can't win either way.
Yeah.
The only other thing I wanted to mention, yesterday was an extremely busy day with this dry weather conditions, the wind and everything. Out of the 23 departments, I think there were only 3 or 4 that were not dispatched to a call. A lot of them were out of county. Some went, I know of one department, and 2 or 3 of them went from one call to the other, 4 calls in a row that started after 10 in the morning, from structure fires, brush fire, another dwelling fire, and then another dwelling fire. So they were extremely busy yesterday, and as of, I know when I went past our station last night, they were still washing the hose and everything at 8:30 in the evening. They were still cleaning up from all the calls. It was just one after the other. And the sad part yesterday was one of those days where a lot of the departments were low on manpower. It doesn't always happen like that, but it just seemed like every department was short of manpower, had trouble getting the equipment out, they didn't have the drivers, they didn't have the personnel for the size of the calls. Mutual aid, I know, one department, frankly, was at one call and got requested by Monroe County, and they couldn't even leave because they were still busy at the first, but as soon as they got free, they were over in Monroe County. So it's a extremely busy time, extremely dry out there, and I would caution anyone, don't burn. And another big problem, a possibility of an incident that happened in Monroe, cigarette butt and mulch. People like to throw their butts in the mulch, it started the church on fire. And well, I'm not saying it's that sign, but we do get called out quite a bit for little fires, something you can put out with a bucket a lot of times. People throwing their cigarettes, and remind people that cigarette butts are littering. And being chauffeured to a meeting last night. I just can't believe, after having this cleanup here recently on Earth Day, and the amount of trash between Lehighton and Nesquehoning. Bottles there laying in that Packard and at the curb near the top of the hill there. I see again, and it looks like there was fluids in the bottles, like a half a case of beer or whatever it was, of that color. It's just pathetic, the lack of respect that people have for our environment anymore. It's just outrageous. That's all I have. Meeting adjourned. Okay. James. I forgot my folder, so. I'm a lot dumber with me today. We'll keep it short.
And we do not have any time for the media to ask questions, okay? No, you have this,
Yes.
okay?
Okay, I'll call the monthly meeting of the retirement board to order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I'll seek a motion for the approval of the minutes for the previous meeting held April 20th of 2023.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mr. Svercek, I'll abstain since I was absent. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
I was absent as well.
Thank you. Are there any guests concerning retirement board business? Report of executive sessions, there weren't any held. Next will be to ratify the warrant. That'll be checks number 40902 to 40919 and direct deposit 7021557 to 7021963 for the month of April.
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mr. Svercek, yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Thank you. Next will be the review of the retirement activity for the month of April. We had 7 retirement refunds, 3 superannuation retirements, and I always like to mention about the employees of service to the county. Those 3 folks had a combined service of 55 years to the county, so I want to thank them for their service and wish them well. And then there was one retiree that passed, Shirley Ann Mondero. I want to express on behalf of the retirement board our sympathy to her family. She served at Weatherwood for 18 years. We also had the disbursements for the month of April, the monthly benefits of $474,309.28. Option 4, $7,275.23, and refunds of $17,087.86 for a total disbursement of $498,672.37, leaving the portfolio value as of April 30th, 2023 of $83,642,070.77. And then the most recent update as of this past Friday was $83,070,378. Okay, any questions on that? Correspondence, I did not receive any. Solicitor's report?
No report.
Okay, thank you. Investment manager's report, Mrs. Wilson of Marquette would have been here today, but she's on vacation. So we're gonna look to have her scheduled in June to review the first quarter. Anything under new business? Anything under old business?
Well, the further business, you need a motion to change it to date.
Well, further business, I was gonna make the motion to move the retirement meeting from the 3rd Thursday of June 15th to the 2nd Thursday of June 8th, 2023, and I could open it for discussion if anyone has
I'll
any
second.
questions. All right, thank you.
I will not be available that day as well now. So, and I think, do you have does somebody have a conference or something that Sarah will be?
Well, the reason why we're moving it is because the 3rd Thursday, the treasurer, Zelinka, and Sarah Wilson will be at the treasurer's conference. So that's why we're moving it. The 4th Thursday, I would not be available either, so. All right, Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mr. Svercek, yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Thank you. And next, that's it, all I have.
Any further business?
That's it, thank you.
Meeting adjourned. Okay, now James. Sorry about that.
Yeah, to clarify what those changes in the rates were for the lifeguards. I
The,
kinda got,
yeah, the lifeguards are gonna go to 1705 from 1365. And then that's only on weekends. And then
What
the
about weekdays, Monday through Friday?
weekdays will remain at $13.65. And the supervisors will go from 16, that'll be remain the same, Monday through Friday, and will go to 1998.
Yeah, keep in mind that we already have a current policy where on holidays, they actually get time and a half, which aligns with others. You know.
That's all I have.
Fifteen?
Well, just, if you guys might have already mentioned, but the opening date for Mock Chunk Lake?
Memorial Day
Yeah,
is
the Memorial
Saturday.
Day.
I mean, camping's already open. It's Memorial Day Saturday.
Okay. And then do you guys have like an estimate of how much you guys make each year from Mock Chunk Lake?
Yeah, it's on our budget. If you look at our budget forecast online, it has last year. It has last year's, the revenues in the budget, from admissions. Yeah.
Okay, and is this a big part of the budget each year?
No, not really. No, I
No,
mean, it's maintenance and
Exactly.
daily operations,
I
that
think it's
make up
very,
our-
I mean, it's a lot, but it's
Yeah.
like a smidgen of our
Yeah.
budget, it's
I mean,
not.
these are seasonal employees. You're
Yeah.
down to a handful of staff,
Yeah.
you know, the majority of the year. I mean, this is just bringing in the seasonals.
Yeah, I don't recall offhand between the revenues for camping and the swimming and the salaries, there's really not a whole lot of expense out of the, and because of grants, it's, yeah, it may seem like, I forget what,
I mean,
100-some thousand
well,
dollars.
it was
I
there's
think it was still less than
$180,000.
$200,000.
I don't know if it's 180,000 or something, I
Something,
think
yeah.
it was like that. It's not-
Revenue from,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly, remember, we take hotel tax and parking revenue. That accounts for about 50% of the operating budget. The other significant portion, which if I recall is about 22% from last year, is camping revenue. Camping revenue is a really big intake. And then the other 25% would be, you know, from swimming, beach access.
Some of the expenses this year are the major one, or I shouldn't say major, but the paving, which was a grant, and a little bit of that will probably take, that wasn't covered under there. There might be a little bit that should be covered under the, parking fund where we do all the paving out of. So we, should be able to get that, well, looking for that number.
If not, it's right here. You'll be able to see it afterwards. Just come up, the budget is right here.
Okay, my last question is, how many like confirmed lifeguards do you have right now?
I'm not positive. I think any of us are positive.
I really think it's probably 3 or 4 right now, because again, there are some people who were taking their certification this past weekend, or recertifications. So I would say we're probably at 3 or 4. But give Dave a call,
At least
325.
two paving, or
Yeah.
pending.
Yeah, 325,
Yeah,
3669.
Exactly,
Yeah.
call Dave, he can give you
Yeah.
those exact numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, Amy,
Good morning.
welcome back. I thought you left.
No.
That's James, James.
Commissioner Noson, you talked about the burning, the issue with brush fires. Has the county decided if they should do a countywide burn ban for now, or are they
No,
still?
we have not. To me, it's kind of late in the season, because if you put that on, it's 30 days, they have to keep it on. The other thing is that we do not have, 50% of the fire departments have not requested that.
So that's
And
what
that's
we're-
usually what we base it on. When the majority of the fire departments request a burn ban, then we do.
Okay. And then may I have copies of the Zion and Trinity resolutions? That's all I have, and thank you.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Look at that, I didn't even get you involved.